There are two mindsets when you go to war, or when you go for a fight, or when you go for electioneering. I consider election as a war. When you go to war, first mindset is that I'm winning. I'm going to win. It's okay. Everything is great. So what happens with that? When you think you're going to win and you're overconfident, the first thing that comes into your mind is that you become complacent. And if you become complacent, then you become lazy. If you become lazy, you start taking people for granted. That means if there's another man or woman waiting outside to meet you, you'll be like, I'm tired. Anyway, the field is great. Why should I worry too much? And you start to take things for granted. Well, that's when you start. The beginning of your loss in that election starts from that moment that you start becoming complacent. Second is when you think you are losing. And when you think you're losing, that's when fear kicks in. I keep telling people, fear is not a bad thing. Fear is a great motivator. In fact, fear should be used every time you are thinking you're going to win. Tell yourself that, no, maybe I'm not. Because when fear comes in, that's when the survival instinct comes in. That's when your back is against the wall. And that's when you will give everything to win. And that is what I want every party worker to think in their mind, that we will give every single bit of our energy, of our resources, of our time to make sure we're going to win. Every single person who comes. Because when your fear is there, you'll be like, no, I'm going to lose. Where can we go to find more votes? Who are the other people we can convince? You will not stop. And I keep telling the candidates every time, make sure this fear kicks into your mind, because that's what's going to push you when things get really, really difficult. When there's a lot of pressure from hundreds of people, it is the fear that is going to make you feel like continuing. And hence, your election is not over till the last vote is polled on the polling day. It's not over 2 days before the polling, when we think the polling is done and there's 48 hours gap. A lot of candidates just relax, and that's the biggest mistake we make. Because that's the difference between the 1 vote, 2 votes, 10 votes that we get here and there. And that's really something that I always stress on. And I have gone through this myself. I've lost 2 elections only because of overconfidence in my life.